What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Alright, going back to Pearl Jam, yes indeed, Pearl Jam fans, feeling you! Come on now! Here we go. This is a request from Burns R92, or is that Burns Senior? Actually, it might be Burns Senior 92 now that I look at it. It's just everything's lowercase, so I'm not 100% sure. I think it's Burns Senior 92. We'll go with that. Burns Senior 92 wanted to see me react to this song. It is Pearl Jam performing a live rendition of their song, Go. Now, have I heard the song before? Yes, I have heard the song before. Full disclosure, I did a reaction to the song already. I did a reaction to the studio version. And I told Burns Senior this, and he told me this is a live performance. And I think I remember saying during my evaluation of the song, I do think I remember saying that I would love to see them do this live. So here we are. Wish has been granted. Whang with the magic wand. So before we get to this, I just need to preface everybody and make sure that everybody understands that we're all on the same page. So here we go, guys. I'm going to pre-frame you, all right? I am not taking the song itself into account here. I've already done a reaction to that. You can go over here and find it in the channel, and you can go watch that reaction, okay? I am only going to be reacting to, evaluating, and scoring the live performance. I'm talking about stage energy, stage interaction, stage presence, crowd interaction, production, showmanship. This is what I'm going to be looking for, not the song itself. Please keep that in mind. This was posted by PJ Video Guy, and the video has 174,382 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? You ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Pearl Jam, Go, Las Vegas, 1993. Wow, that was a while ago. I remember doing the reaction to the song, and if I'm not mistaken, I think I loved the song. It's on, I know it's still on my Driving to Vegas playlist. I know it's still in that one. I think I took it off my Driving Around Town. But I know it's still on my Driving to Vegas playlist, so it's still there. It's still there. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Good energy.
What's fast in survival, making it sharp, moving on so swiftly with such a song. I pulled it up as over here, should have pulled me along. Turn to my nemesis, a full on fucking god.
Before the guitar solo kicks in. Energy's there. The song energy is there. The performance energy is there. Stage presence. I'm seeing a little bit, not a lot, not as much as I'd like to see, but I'm still seeing a little bit, which is good. I wish they would go over to the other side of the stage. I hate it when people film. Like, okay, first of all, this was done before cell phone cameras, you know, or camera phones. So this was done on like a little camcorder, okay? I hate it when people set up their camcorders and they just set it to the center of the stage and that's it. That's all you're going to get. You're going to miss out on a lot that's happening on stage right and stage left. I haven't seen Jeff once. And if I haven't seen Jeff, then I know I haven't seen Mike. I saw Stone briefly, you know, but ever since then, it's been nothing but Eddie Vedder and whoever's playing drums at the time. I think that's Dave, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is Dave on the drums. I mean, that's cool and all, but it would be nice if we could see what's happening on the other sides of the stage, not just center stage. So I think what happened was somebody set up a tripod, put the camcorder on it, put it on there, and then they just left it alone. They didn't check for focusing. They didn't check for color exposure. They didn't check for light exposure. They didn't check for tracking. They didn't bother to pan left or right. They just put it up there, and then they went and got a beer or something. And we're left with this. You know what I mean? Now, is that Pearl Jam's fault? No, that is absolutely not Pearl Jam's fault. And I am not going to blame the quality of the video on Pearl Jam. That is absolutely not fair. So, like, I did a reaction to a Rammstein song not too long ago, and I ended up giving the score of like 0.8, and I made it very clear I didn't blame Rammstein at all for that score. They did absolutely nothing wrong, but the quality of the video was just absolute garbage, and I had to keep it fair, but I made it clear to everybody that was watching that I did not give Rammstein that score. I gave the video that score. So we might be facing something here of similar quality, you know, where, you know, now I will say the video quality is not as bad as that one was, but the fact that we're not seeing anything other than Eddie and Dave, really, I mean, I'm going to have to take it into account because I'm basing my score on a live performance and I'm not seeing everybody on stage. I'm only seeing this. This is all I'm seeing. So I can't really, you know, include what Jeff's doing and what Mike's doing because I haven't even seen them. I'm going to be basing my entire score on this. And if I'm being 100% honest here, visually, this is not impressing me. And that's a shame because that's what I'm pretty much basing my whole score on is what I see. So I don't know. We'll see. We still got another minute and a half about. We'll see what happens here. Around a little bit. Let's go over there. Go over to stage right. Oh, that's great. Yeah, let's look up at the lights. Great idea. Okay, now I'm a little upset. So this guy decided, on the floor. I'm going to look up at the ceiling now. Look at those pretty lights. Oh, the colors. Meanwhile, Mike McCready over here shredding his butt off. The guy finally moves the camera over to Mike McCready, and we see Mike McCready finish with the guitar behind his head. What if he had done the entire solo with the guitar behind his head? That would have been awesome to see. It would have been fun to see. But I'll never know because I didn't see it. I saw feet. I saw backs. I saw lights. And then the very last, second of his guitar solo, I see him with his guitar behind the back of his head. I feel cheated. I absolutely feel cheated. Literally a second and a half. motion sickness.
Don't you want me? Don't you want me? Don't you want me? Don't.
Interaction. This with Jeff. My shredding.
How about that coat?
That coat. Oh, I see. Okay, the coat that Jeff's wearing. I got it. How can you wear that on stage? Good Lord. Oh, good. He's taking it off. I was like, you're not going to play the entire show with that thing on. No way. Okay, I have mixed feelings about this. I really do. And I'm going to have to think about this because I'm not sure which way this score is going to go. This score could be very middle of the road. It could be good. It could be bad. I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about it. I have to really think and weigh everything. So give me a few minutes. I'll see you in the review and we will talk about this. Well, there you go, folks. That was Pearl Jam with a live performance of their tune, Go. This was a request from Burn Senior 92. Okay. I thought about this, and I have a score. But before I give my score, I need to make the following statement. This score that I'm going to give takes absolutely everything into account. I'm taking the live performance into account, and unfortunately, just like the Rammstein video that I did, I have to take the video quality into account. Now, I don't blame Pearl Jam for the quality of the video. I need to make this very clear because I had a lot of people accusing me of blaming Rammstein for that video, even though I must have spent like 5 minutes saying that I don't blame Rammstein for that at all. It's the camera operator I blame. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I'm basing my entire score on what I see, not what I'm hearing, okay? I've already done a reaction to this song. I did something I don't normally do. I went and looked at the score that I gave the song. I gave the song an 8.6, okay? That is a great score. And I loved the song. I had no issue with the song whatsoever. I loved it. And like I said, to this day, it is still, a year later, it is still on my Driving to Vegas playlist. I have not taken it out. It's still there. I still listen to it. I still enjoy it. But I have to take this, because I've already done the song, I have to take this video and I have to base it completely on what I saw. And as a result, unfortunately, video quality does get taken into account here. So that's unfortunate. It's not fair. It's not fair to Pearl Jam, okay? It's not. Not that I think Pearl Jam really gives a crap what I say, but it's still not fair, okay? It's not. But you know what? Life is not fair. It's not, okay? And the reality is, since I have to base my score completely off what I see, I have to take video quality into account. So keep that in mind, okay? I'm going to say this one more time, and I'm not going to say it again. I am not blaming Pearl Jam for the quality of the video, okay? I'm not. That is a completely separate issue, but it does have to be taken into account. So please keep that in mind. Now, having said all that, on a scale of 1 to 10, taking everything into account here, I'm going to give that a 6.2. Yep, 6.2. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
First of all, is a 6.2 a bad score? No, it's not. By definition, a 6.2 is defined as pretty good, okay? If you look down below in the video description, you'll find my scoring system chart there. Take a look at what it says for 6.0 to 6.9. That grading scale, what does it say? Does it say bad? Does it say horrible? Does it say it's an atrocity? Does it say it's pretty bad? Does it say it's okay? No, it says it's pretty good, okay? This is taking everything into account here. Now, let's start with Pearl Jam themselves, the live performance that they did. I thought it was a really good job. I do. I think the job they did on stage was really good. I would not call it great. I would not call it impressive. I would not call it mind-blowing. But I would say that it was a really good live performance on their part from what I saw. And here's where the problem comes into play. I believe if the camera operator had zoomed out about halfway, just so we could get the entire stage in frame, I truly believe, wholeheartedly, we would be having a much different discussion. I believe this score would be up in the 7s because I would have been able to see everything that was happening on the stage at all times. But because the camera was zoomed in, I'm guessing about 3/4 of the way into its zoom cycle. I'm guessing it's about 3/4 of the way zoomed in. It was really centered front and center on the stage, center stage. Okay, so you saw Eddie, you saw Dave, you saw Stone every once in a while come into frame, but just as quickly as he was in frame, he would go out of frame again. So it was like, well, we can't really see what he's doing over there. I mean, he's obviously moving around because he keeps coming back into frame. So yes, I did take that into consideration. Stone was moving around, obviously, because he kept going in and out of frame. That's not because of the camera, that's because that was him, okay? Now, we hardly saw Jeff and Mike at all, okay? Now, I'm sure, I am positive that what they were doing on stage looked pretty good. I'm sure it looked, I'll even go as far as to say it probably looked really good. Knowing the kind of performer that Jeff is, or was back in the day, knowing the kind of performer that Mike McCready was back in the day, I'm willing to bet they were pretty active. I'm willing to bet they were moving around. I'm willing to bet they were rocking out. But I didn't see it. I didn't actually physically see it. And that is an issue. That is a problem. Do I blame Pearl Jam for that? No. Again, camera operator. It's absolutely 100% on them. The one time I was really hoping he would move the camera, he tried, and the camera went down into the feet, and then it went up into the lights. Look at the pretty lights, they're really cool. And then they finally came down. Oh, there's Jeff. Wait a minute, but it's a guitar solo. Let's find Mike. By the time they actually got the camera on Mike, Mike was on camera doing his solo for about a 1.5 seconds. That's it. 1.5 seconds. That's all I got to see Mike while he was doing his solo. That was a huge letdown, okay? Especially considering the fact that what we saw was him with his guitar behind his head. What if he had done the whole solo like that? Wouldn't that have been cool? That would have been awesome. Or maybe gone behind the back and then behind the head. Or I don't know. I don't know what he could have possibly done. There's a lot of things he could have done, but I don't know what he did for sure because we didn't see it.
Are you kidding me?
God. See, this is the problem I have. You know, it's such a dilemma. I want to give them a good score. I really do, and I did. I gave them a pretty good score, but I would love to give them a score up in the 7s. But I can't because I can't justify it. I can't sit there and say, "Oh yeah, I fully believe they deserve a 7" because I think Mike McCready was rocking out with his guitar behind his head. I think Jeff was running around the stage and rocking out with the crowd. I think Stone was over there on far stage left rocking out with the crowd. I think they did a great job rocking out. I cannot justify a score like that. I just can't. As much as I would love to give them a good score for this, I mean a really good score for this, I just can't do it. I cannot do it. I would not feel right giving them a really good score based on assumptions. I won't do it. because that's when people would look at me and go, your credibility just went down the tubes. And they would be absolutely 100% justified and correct. So no, folks, I can't do it. I cannot base my score on assumptions as much as I'd love to. I can only base it off what I saw.
I'm a man!
And I saw Eddie Vedder, front and center, having some stage energy. I saw Dave back there rocking on the drums, looking good, okay? Every once in a while, I saw Stone come into frame and then he would leave, so clearly he's moving around. Clearly, I mean, the evidence is definitely there. I think Mike and Jeff were rocking out, but I don't know for sure, you know? And the camera work on this was just atrocious. Can we just be honest here? The camera work on this was pretty shoddy. I didn't say it with the I, I said it with an O, shoddy, as in it was a shoddy product, okay? And it really was. It was piss poor. That's about the nicest thing I could say about this video. It was not good at all. It's a real shame, but I gotta give the score that I saw, so that way people can't possibly question my integrity and people can't possibly question my objectivity. So 6.2 is where we're at. 6.2 is where we're gonna stay. Keep in mind, that's not a bad score. It's by definition, it's a pretty good score. So it's not terrible, okay? It's not the end of the world. They're not getting a horrible score. They're not getting a really bad score. They're not getting a not so good score. They're not even getting an okay score. They're getting a pretty good score. 6.2 is where we're at. 6.2 is where we're gonna stay. So 6.2, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.